What's the crack? Welcome to Dublin. You probably weren't guessing I'm in a city right now, but I am in the middle of Dublin. Got here 2 nights ago after going to Dingle. And yesterday I actually ended up doing a walking tour in the morning. I heard a while back actually that all these cities in Europe, like I guess at least all the big cities, that they do walking tours in the morning. And they're free. It's just donation based, and they take you all around and show you the sights, tell you about the history. But I've been doing my own thing the whole time and on a late schedule, trying to sleep in. So since I had to get up early, I decided to check it out, which was really cool because I got to learn again a lot more about the history. I learned that at least in Dublin, there's a river that runs through the city, and the south side tends to be the richer, nicer part of town, and then the north side of the river tends to be the poorer side of town. So a lot of, and this dates back to many years ago, but even today you'll see a lot of that based on newer, nicer buildings and kind of, I guess, where people go to hang out and things like that. So checked out that tour, learned again about the history from long ago, how actually the Vikings came here also a long time ago. The Normans, there were monks here many years ago all over the island. And I did learn also that the Romans actually never conquered Ireland. They only went as far as Wales, and they just decided they didn't want to bother crossing the water to go over to Ireland. So anyways, that was interesting as well. But we walked around, saw a bunch of things. There's this huge spire in the middle of the city, which I actually learned yesterday too. It replaced this monument that used to be there that got blown up, I think, in the war or one of the bombings. Anyways, now it's a huge giant spire that's really high. And we also checked out the Dublin Castle, where all the really big decisions were made when they divided Northern Ireland and the rest of Ireland, and a lot of things went down there. And then we also went to, where else? We went to Temple Bar, which is this area. There's also a bar there called Temple Bar, but it's kind of a trendy, cool area, which I also found out from locals and my host that as you go there later in the night, hour after hour, they actually raise the price of the beer. So although all the tourists want to go there, just to give you a tip, you're going to be paying more if you do decide to drink there. Whereas other places you could get a beer for under £5. So anyways, yeah, that was a really cool tour. Checked out a lot. And then I'm trying to think what else I did yesterday. So it was so hard keeping track. So ended up going out later with my couch surfing host to a few bars. I hadn't even been to an Irish pub yet since I've been in Ireland, so I had to do that before I was leaving. But we went to this place called the Black Sheep, which actually has craft beer. So I tried a raspberry elderflower sour beer, which is actually really good. I was trying different stuff. And then we went to this other place called the Cobblestone, which had some traditional Irish music playing, which was cool to check out, and just a traditional Irish pub. Finally had my first Guinness there. And then lastly, we went to one more place called Mulligan's, which is another locals bar, and we met up with my hosts, family and some friends and stuff like that. So anyways, that was really cool because, again, got more of the local experience and hanging out and not just going to touristy places, but where the locals actually hang out. I also yesterday checked out the Jameson distillery. I didn't try anything because I'm not a whiskey drinker myself, but nonetheless, it was cool to see it. And also the National Museum of Ireland, I want to say. They have a lot of different things about the history of Ireland. So I think that's mostly what happened yesterday. Exploring the city as usual, though. And then today, doing that a little bit more before I head out. I'm actually flying out tonight to Paris. So just been walking around the city a bit more. I've checked out also yesterday and today the main shopping areas, which every city has that, and you always see people busking. I don't know if I mentioned this in a previous episode, but here or all over the UK, they call when you play music on the street, street music, I guess we call it, I don't know. Anyways, here it's called busking, so you see that in a lot of places. And then I was just in a place called, man, now I'm blinking, Stephen's Green, St. Stephen's Green, I think that's right. That's a really pretty park just close by near here. I'm in another park right now, which, man, I don't even know how to pronounce the name. It's like Iveagh Gardens. I haven't heard anyone say it, so I don't even know how to say it, only spell it. But anyways, so yeah, just exploring the city a bit more. Probably just check out a little bit more, not too much from here. I'm trying to see if I can find a traditional meal before I head out, but sometimes it's not always like as easy to find as you'd think, or I'm not like going out dining all the time, so not always easy to find something quick. But I think that's pretty much it. If I think of anything I left out, I will catch you guys up on the next episode, but probably talk to you in a couple days from France, from Paris. So until then, bye.